Hi everyone, I am Jaspreet Kaur, an IELTS trainer from Expert Immigration, the academy, which is best known for providing the top results in the region from 7 bands to the 9 bands. Today I am here to put some limelight on the writing module. Writing is one of the prominent modules in IELTS, and in this module I don't know why students are scared. They are very much scared of this module because even after so much of practice, they are not getting the desired band scores. They are getting 6 or 6.5 bands. There are a number of students who are appearing for this examination either for the permanent residency or for the study visa for Australia, New Zealand or Canada. So the main purpose of coming here is to give students a clear picture how to score 7 or 7 plus bands in the writing. See, if you want to score 7 or 7 plus bands in the writing, first you should know that what kind of problems you are going through in the writing, because obviously, see, if you want a good solution for anything, like I'm here talking about writing, but if you want a solution for getting 7 or 7 plus in writing, first you should know the problems which you are facing. So the main, and then we work on the solutions, So the main problems students which face in writing is there are a number of problems, but one by one we are going to discuss the problems. Fine. So the first and the foremost problem which students face in writing is they don't know the correct structures according to the task response, which is very important, that what to write according to the task response and what structures should be followed. The second thing where students lack, and like this you could find in each and every student's notebook, that is lack of coherence and lack of cohesion, or you could say the incorrect usage of cohesive devices. So the second problem is coherence and cohesion. Lack of coherence, no coherence in writing, and incorrect usage of cohesive devices. The third problem which student faces lexical resources, which means vocabulary. Like sometimes the vocabulary is incorrectly used and sometimes there is no usage of vocabulary in the question. And the fourth problem is complex structures. They don't know how to use the complex structures in the writing. Okay, so here coming towards the solutions, first you should know the marking criteria of IELTS writing. Candidates, students, first you should know that your writing is assessed on the 4 parameters. The first one is task response or the task achievement. Second is coherence and cohesion. Third is lexical resources, and the fourth is grammatical range and accuracy. You should know the correct definition of all these 4 parameters, that what is task response, what is coherence and cohesion, what is lexical resources, and what is grammatical range and accuracy, because you are going to assess on all the 4 parameters. So what examiners do here, that when you do the writing, they give you separate scores. They give you separate scores for the task response, separate scores for the coherence and cohesion, separate ones for the lexical resources, and the separate ones for the grammatical range and accuracy. So then like all the 4 scores you get in the 4 parameters, and then your average is calculated, your overall score is calculated based on these 4 parameters. So that's why I am saying that it is very important to know the correct definition of all the 4 parameters. Fine. So I'm here, like I'm going to discuss one by one these 4 parameters to you to give you a more clear picture that how you can score good in task response, in coherence and cohesion, in lexical resources, and in grammatical range and accuracy. So the first parameter which I want to discuss with you is task response or the task achievement. Task response or the task achievement, from the name itself it is clear that you have to respond according to the question asked. Especially like it is very integral in task 2 in essay writing, that you should know that what type of question is being asked to you and you have to answer accordingly. Suppose like if you're getting a question of to what extent do you agree or disagree with the statement, here the task response is 70%, 30%. Like the aspect which you're having the more points you are going to write in the 70%, and if the aspect which you're having the less points you are going to write in the second body paragraph. So you are not here, like if the question is is of 70%, 30%. You're not going to write the task response which is of 50% or of 100%. So that is why, like, there they say, if you see like the descriptors, there they have clearly written that the progression of ideas should be clear according to the task response. That is why they say that what question is being asked to you, you have to answer accordingly. Progression of ideas should be clear accordingly. It means that if the question is of 70%, 30%, then you have to write the response of this. If the question is of 100%, then you have to write the response accordingly. So first, like, always do the pre-planning first. Do the pre-planning. When you read the question, when you read the statement of the question, just do 3 to 4 minutes pre-planning. Make the coherence of writing, okay, that this is the meaning of the question, this is the task response, so that will be the coherence of my writing. Like, these are the points I'm going to write in body paragraph 1, these are the points I'm going to write in the body paragraph 2. Pre-planning is very important for IELTS writing task 2. That is the, like, essay writing, very important for that. And when you do this pre-planning, you can easily, like, according to the task response, you can easily develop your ideas would be in a progressive way, which is the demand of the task response. Fine. And the second thing which they check, and which is very crucial, that is coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion, this is what I should say, that this is the most difficult thing students face in writing, because they don't know that what is the correct meaning of coherence, what is the correct meaning of cohesion, and how we should implement that in writing, how it is checked. So first of all, I want to make you clear the meaning of coherence. Coherence means logical sequencing of sentences, like whatever ideas you are putting up in your writing, in your body paragraphs, that should be logically connected. Okay, coherence, like, you put, like, number of ideas can be less, number of ideas can be less in the body paragraphs. It may be 2, or like even like if you're having the one idea, just support it. At least you should write 2 ideas in the body paragraphs, but support your idea with an example. That is known as coherence, that support your idea with an example. And I'm not saying that example should be too long. It can be precise, but your idea, your statement should always be supported. And you know what, that when you support your idea with an example, it not only helps your coherence, but it also takes you towards the high band scores. So whenever coherence means that whenever you are writing an idea, whenever you are writing a statement, just support your idea or statement with an example. Very much important. Your ideas can be less. Don't fill the paragraphs with the number of ideas. It may be 2 or it may be 3, but support that with the examples. Fine. And like, if you're giving, like, if you're supporting your idea, like, you are giving the one logical example, the authentic, and one more thing, that the examples should be logical and authentic. Very important. And the next thing which I want to say is cohesion. Now, what the cohesion means? Cohesion means the correct usage of connectors, conjunctions, and linkers. Fine. So now, what are connectors, conjunctions, and linkers? Like, some examples are however, moreover, furthermore, although, though, yet, still, but, with, for, from, not only, but also, neither, nor, either, or. So these all are the examples of cohesions. Like, when we start the writing, we write to begin with, to commence with. These all are the cohesive devices. Moving further, furthermore, to conclude, conclusively. These all are the cohesions that we use in the writing. But very important to know the correct usage. First, know that what is the meaning of however and where we can use it. Like, however, we use it for comparison. So find so use it where you want to do the comparison. Moreover, in addition to. Students, they are very much confused in moreover and in addition to. Where we use the moreover, where we have to use in addition to. In addition to, we use that where we are extending our previous idea, our first idea, and moreover, we start that where we need to put up our new idea. So, like, coherence and cohesion, you need to work on this, you need to develop. The smooth should be like the change, when you are changing from the first idea to the second idea, the change should be smooth. Don't be abrupt in changing the ideas. Whatever idea you are putting up, support with the example and learn the correct use of connectors, conjunctions and linkers. Fine. So this is about coherence and cohesion. So moving towards the third parameter, that is lexical resources. Lexical resources means vocabulary. Now here students, they are so much confused about vocabulary, like how much words we have to put in the body paragraphs, like 250 to 280 words, how much words we should put up in the body paragraphs, like what kind of words we should use so that we can get 7 or 7+ bands. So first I want to make your picture clear that there are 3 types of vocabulary. And what are those 3 types of vocabulary? The first is like simple words, commonly used words that we could say. And the second one is high level vocabulary but commonly used. And the third one is high level but not commonly used vocabulary. So in your writing, you should use the words which are of high level but commonly used. Now if I take the example of a word, like a very common word, that is large. Large, we use it in many places. This is very common and very known to the layman people also. But if I talk about this, like if I talk about its improved version, if I talk like it is a high level but commonly used, that is massive. Massive, like we use this word but this is of high level. But if I use the word colossal is again the synonym of the massive or large, but it comes under hefty vocabulary, like high level but not common. So in your writing, use the words which are of high level but commonly used, that which is clear, which gives you a clear picture to the examiner, which gives a clear picture to the examiner also. Fine. Improve, like, and for improving the vocabulary, you can read the newspapers, you can you know that these are the themes of task 2 and you can find out the words for that. Fine. And trainers also, like whatever question you are getting, trainers also will help you that this is the question and these are the words which you can use this in the question, which will also help you to improve the vocabulary. Fine. Read dictionaries, read newspapers, books, magazines. These are the best way to improve the vocabulary, and you know that there are only 22 themes in the writing, and you can extract the words from the various topics. Okay. So after covering the lexical resources, the last thing which they check in your writing is grammatical range and accuracy, which we call as GRA. The short form is GRA and the full form is grammatical range and accuracy. There is a difference between range and accuracy. Range means that they are going to check that how much student is proficient to use all the type of structures. Like we have 3 type of sentence structures: simple, compound and complex. If we use only the simple structure, like in the writing we are forming a single sentence, the full stop is after a single sentence, then you are going to get 5 or 5.5. If you're using the mixture of simple and compound, then 6. But if you are using the complex structure, or if I'll say the variety of complex structure you are using in the writing, then easily you can get 7 or 7+ bands. So here I have told you the complex structure. But what does complex structure means? Complex structure means that a single sentence where you can put up 2 to 3 ideas together with the help of correlative conjunctions, like correlative conjunctions like not only but also, either or, neither nor, cohesive devices. Fine. So when you put the 2 to 3 ideas together in a single sentence, that is known as a complex structure. The sentence is long, the full stop comes after 6 to 7 lines. That is why, this is the reason the students will get the high band scores who are using the complex structure in the writing. Fine. So they see the students who use the variety of complex structure in their writing, they can easily score 7+ bands in the writing. Now if I talk about accuracy, then in accuracy it all comes your grammar, your punctuation, your tenses. Fine. So these are like what I have discussed with you, like these things you should take care of for getting 7+ bands in writing. Have appropriate knowledge about the task response, task achievement, that what question is asked to you, you need to answer accordingly. If the question is of 100%, then write in the body paragraphs, you should write accordingly. If the question is of 70%, 30%, the aspect which you're having the more points, write first, and the aspect which you're having the least points, write in the second body paragraph. So write according to the question asked. Progression of ideas should be clear. For coherence, for improving the coherence, support your idea with an example. And when you put example in your writing, it not only improves the coherence, but it also the criteria for getting the high bands. Use correct cohesive devices, like learn the correct usage of connectors, conjunctions, and linkers. Use correct, implement vocabulary in the correct usage. Like implementation should be correct. Words should not be forcefully used in the writing. Fine. You should not there are English is a very vast language. There are a number of words, and somebody knows that word and somebody's know in other words. But in the question, what the question is asked to you, the words should be used accordingly. Don't put the words forcefully, because if you put the words forcefully, then it can change the complete meaning of your sentence and your sentences will become irrelevant. So don't learn the correct usage of vocabulary according to the question asked. And the last, grammatical range and accuracy, that use correct grammar, correct tenses, prepositions, modals, punctuations. Yes, punctuations is also an important part of the writing. Take care of the punctuations also, that where you need to put the comma, where you need to put the capital word. So take care of all these things. So these the things which I have discussed right now, these criteria, these very important for getting 7 or 7 plus bands. And it is not difficult to achieve if you will practice on your if whatever you are studying in your academy, and if you do self practice at home, then definitely you are going to get 7 or 7 plus bands in the writing. Fine. So in the end, I want to say that from wherever you are getting trained, and if you're really serious about getting high band scores, just visit us once and analyze the difference between us and other institutes. Till then, thank you, bye bye, and hope you see in our academy.
Join Expert Immigration for top IELTS results opposite ST Vidya School, Jagadhri Road, Ambala, Kent.